Welcome everybody to another episode of our comprehensive training series called SEP Knowledge Booster. For this video I have the pleasure to hand over to you today's presenter Klaus, who will talk about the next hot topic with the SEP Sesam backup software. 3, 2, 1, launch!
Yes, hello everybody, and thank you, Katrin. I have the pleasure to talk about the topic today, how to do a cool backup of Red Hat and Oracle Virtualization. Now the basis for this agent, for this kind of hypervisor, is really our strong partnership with Red Hat. Red Hat plus SEP, and you can see the different areas where we work together. It's from Red Hat storage, over Ansible, RHEL, disaster recovery, and the SAP focus, and the topic today is RHV. And you will see an example of our very good partnership with this white paper we have created together, Red Hat plus SEP. And we also have the RHEL 8 certification, the formal one from Red Hat. That's a very cool thing. And the white paper and the RHV we will talk about in a couple of seconds. Yeah, however, you should know that there is also a hypervisor from Oracle. It's called OLVM in the past. It's the Oracle Virtualization Manager. It was available for free. However, it did not have any backup API. So Oracle, in fact, decided to really release a new virtual manager, a new hypervisor, which is now called Oracle Linux Virtual Manager. And this is 100% based on RHV and the OVIRT API technology. So in fact, it has exactly the same functionality as RHV, and we have tested it, and our RHV agent is fully functional also for Oracle environments. Yeah, what are the benefits? Why should you do this with SEP? First of all, it's our cool agent with lots of features for doing a RHV backup. I will show this also in a live demo later on. We have this cool restore usability via our web UI, browser-based graphical user interface, and also something like a single file restore. However, our product, the backup software SEP Sesam, can really do much more, because we have just, for example, a complete full set of command line interface. We have a RESTful API, so you can really extract information from the product for external management softwares. We have a cool online documentation, our wiki, which is very well structured and full of details, technical details a lot, and how to configure and all this kind of stuff. And SAP provides a high quality support directly from Germany, here from the environment of Munich. Well, and then at the market, we can provide a very flexible pricing. We always find the right price from S&P up to the enterprise market. And it's also future-proof. That's our very huge support matrix, which helps to fit in almost every heterogeneous environment and whatever is coming up in the future. Then SAP, as being a product made in Germany, helps to really comply with the GDPR and all these kind of official regulations. And we also have a paper available on our homepage dealing with this topic, created by a famous IT lawyer, and how SAP can be helpful to comply with these regulations. And last but not least, we have a lot of satisfied customers. And in this example, the university in Vienna is a very happy RHV customer and doing the backup of their RHV environment and all their databases with SAP. You can see that it's a heterogeneous environment with Microsoft SQL Server, Postgres, MySQL. So it's a really cool environment. Yeah, how do we in fact do the backup of a RHV environment? So first of all, we create a snapshot of the virtual machine. And second, we export the VM configuration from the snapshot, and this will be backed up. So there will be always two save sets for backup of a virtual machine. The first save set will be the configuration data of a virtual machine, and the second save set will be the data of the virtual disk itself. Well, and then the virtual disk is attached to a specific data mover, which is a dedicated virtual machine where our client is installed, and via this client you can extract all the data from the attached virtual disks. Yeah, then we move the data from this data mover, from this virtual machine to the backup target, which could be disk storage or tape storage or wherever you would like to put your backup data. And in the end, we remove the snapshot so that the space is freed on the disk storage of the ref environment. And the picture is pretty similar if you do a SAN-based backup. That's also possible with our software, and this is the description for the SAN-based backup. It's the same process. Yeah, about the facts, when we do a backup, what is possible with our agent, and there are a lot of facts and figures. First of all, we can do a complete agentless online backup of the virtual machine with a snapshot technology and the ref API. We use the OVirt, which is in fact on top of the libvirt API. That's the technology and the APIs we are using. We can deal with a single node environment or a ref cluster. Both environments are supported. Of course, we trigger the VSS snapshots for doing consistent backups of Windows virtual machines. You have the choice to select a complete VM backup or only the config data, or you can exclude virtual disks. So it's completely up to the user which kind of data he would like to back up. It's possible to run all the groups and do the backups of virtual machine groups from the manager resource. And what I have said already, you need a proxy virtual machine as a data mover. So the concept is pretty similar to a VMware or that backup, where you also need a virtual machine as a data mover to attach the virtual disks to. Yeah, and then it's possible via LAN or SAN. And we need this specific operating system for the data mover. If it comes to a restore, then you have this perfect usability by using our graphical user interface, or as a very comfortable alternative using our web UI. You will see this in a second when I do the live demo. Yeah, and you can restore to the original virtual machine or to another location if there is another separate ref system with a separate ref manager. You can also restore to this separate machine with a name or a separate name of the virtual machine. You can also do a path restore directly to the file system, or you can compress the restore data stream and remove the null bytes and only restore the thin provisioning, the used data. That's also useful. And as a hot topic, I think the single file restore, where you can restore from the mounted backups of a Linux or a Windows virtual machine, is a really cool functionality, I think. Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about effective data reduction. And if we talk about backup, then you have the possibility to install a remote device server, which is kind of a media agent, on the data mover virtual machine on this proxy VM. And then you can use our in-memory deduplication integrated in our software to reduce the amount of data you have to transmit over the wire, or reduce the amount of data you put on the backup media, and in total this really saves a lot of backup time. Yeah, and if it comes to the restore, we have this cool option with this dd command to really compress the restore data stream, and also the single file restore, where you can extract single files from the mounted backups, and you do not have to really restore a complete virtual machine, which is, depending on the size of the virtual machine, could be time consuming. So in total, this helps also to reduce the data for transmission. It helps to restore the space you need on the disk storage for the ref machine and the backup target, and in total it saves restore time. Finally, we now come to the live demo. So to show you what we can do with our graphical user interface, I have to open it, and I have opened it already for you. It looks pretty clean and in order, and all the power and the feature set of the support matrix are available from the main selection on the left side. And I will directly step into task by clients, and over here we have all our configured clients in kind of a customizable tree structure. And under virtualization you will find that we have an OLVM environment in our test environment, and we also have a ref environment over here. And we'll do this live demo with the ref environment. However, it works pretty similar, identical, the same processes with the OLVM environment. And if I look under ref, you can see that there are two objects. And the first object, this is the ref management host. And if I open the properties of this host, then you can see that the VM server type is configured as being a ref management server. There are several options for other hypervisors. However, in this case, it's a ref management server, and now the backup server knows that he has to talk to this ref management server via the ref API. Yeah, you can also have a look at the ref access over here, that the backup server is allowed to trigger these snapshots and talk to the ref management server. And here you can see the data mover, this proxy VM, configured as being the data mover being used for the backups. So, however, the proxy VM, this data mover, is also configured as a native client, because there has to be a client package installed on this data mover. If you look at the properties, it's a Linux machine, that's the encrypted access mode. So it's really configured like a physical machine, pretty much the same way. But first of all, I would like to show you restore via the web UI, because I think that's a pretty cool process. And here you see our restore assistant, and you can see the restore possibilities of all our hypervisors. And in this live demo, I would like to do a restore of the ref environment. Yeah, so click on ref, click on next. And now you can see we have backups of the Oracle environment, and we also have backups of the ref environment. And I would like to restore this little machine so that the restore does not take too long. So click on next. Here you can see the available backups, and I will go back a little bit in time and use an older backup. You can see the two save sets I've mentioned for the configuration data, the metadata of the virtual machine, and the virtual disk. And now click on next. And here is the ref management server you would like to restore to. It's also possible to restore to another ref management server, and that's the name of the virtual machine. However, this is a little bit tricky, because this is the same name and the virtual machine already exists in this environment. So there is a little hint, and I will give it a new name. And now you can see from this message that this name is not existing as a virtual machine, and we can easily restore to this new name. Click on next. Over here you see the data mover. This is the proxy VM. Would we like to start the virtual machine after restore? Yes, of course we would like to start it. And these are the options. You see if there is the setting on the basic mode. We also have an advanced mode. In the advanced mode, you see that there are new options available. Maybe the data source selection. You can select another media pool for doing a restore from maybe migrated backups on tape or on a DDAP storage, and you have the options for the restore, the log levels, and so these are kind of expert options in the advanced mode, but normally the basic mode is completely sufficient for doing a simple restore. So let's click on next. Here you have the overview of all the options we have selected, and now let's start the restore. And every restore task you start will create a restore process. Here you can see the process ID. And if I click on this process ID, you see an overview of the parameters for this restore task. And I can click on show log file in a new tab in your browser. And this is pretty cool because you can now have a look at what's going on currently with this restore process. You can see create disk, adding disk, waiting for disk to provision, and so on. Now that's going on during the restore currently. Yeah, and during the restore is running, I think I will show you some configuration stuff in our graphical user interface. And in the monitoring section you can see hold on, under job state you can see the restores. You see that there is an active restore currently. That's to be seen over here. And now let's see the configuration. If we create a task for a virtual machine, we have to select the management host and then click on new backup task. And here you see some entry fields in the task type. Maybe there are lots of options. You can see our huge support matrix, what is available as an agent. But you do not have to enter any data over here, because you can simply click on this little arrow, which is our client browser. And here you can drill down to the ref manager, and you will see all the information we get via the OVID API from the ref manager host, and telling us which virtual machines are there, on which host they are running, and all these kind of stuff. You can see there's already this virtual machine test mode KRI2, which is our currently running restore. It's already created this virtual machine. And you know, during the restore process, the virtual disks will be attached to this, and the data will be restored to these virtual disks. Now, if we would like to do a new backup task I select a virtual machine, click on OK, and now there's a name. The task type is ref, and the source test small. So this is fairly easy to go through all this and configure backup task for a specific virtual machines in this ref environment. And this is working completely identical whatever hypervisor you have, no matter if you have Citrix or Hyper-V or whatever. It's all working the same look and feel. Yeah, then I would like to show you the single file restore functionality. And we have this kind of backup tasks already configured over here. And now we are going to select this virtual machine and the associated backup task for doing a single file restore. Now click on our restore wizard. So the task is already pre-selected. Click on next. Now there's only one backup available, and for doing a single file restore you have to mount this backup. Just click on mount, click on next, and now in this dialog box you can see the logging of what's going on, executing the guest mount and so on. So it's already finished. Click on OK, and now you have the possibility to drill down into the file system of this virtual machine and just select whatever you would like to do a restore to. Yeah, and this is the option. All the options you have for a single file restore as you are used to it from the past backup. Yeah, so now let's have a look what is going on with our restores. Click on restores, and that's the single file restore, which is displayed as being cancelled, which I in fact did. And here this is the successful restore of this KRI task I have restored. Yeah, I can also have a look at the log file in our web UI. Just refresh, and now we can drill down, and now you see it's completed successfully. And also if I go back to this overview, you see restore completed successfully. That's what is visible in our web UI, and I hope you have enjoyed this live demonstration. So let's talk a little bit about expert things, so special information which might be useful for you. So did you know that SAP HANA is also certified for RHV, not only for VMware as a hypervisor, and that it's not enough to talk about database and log file backup of your HANA system. You also have to take care of the operating system, and if it's a virtual environment running with RHV, then well, you can take care of the system if you do a snapshot-based backup of your virtual machine, which is used for your HANA installation. So in total, therefore, I can honestly say that SAP is definitely the best solution for all customers running SAP HANA on RHV. Well, Katrin, are you ready to take over?
Yes, of course. Hey, are you impressed of what you have heard until now? Then you might be interested in gaining more information about this powerful backup software. After our SEP specialist has talked a lot about a specific backup topic, during the next roundabout 4 minutes, I would like to give you a short overview of the general capabilities of SEP Sesam. I'm sure you will be impressed of what is really possible with this product. This is essentially based on 6 strategic columns. The first and most important topic is our huge support matrix. There is an agent available for almost every operating system, database, or application you can imagine. Market leaders as well as niche products, for example for mailing, Exchange or Copano. Even a lot of older versions are supported, because all old SEP clients are still compatible and usable with the latest SEP backup server, for example NetWare or outdated Windows versions. The second strategic focus is our strong partnership with SAP. While being 2 German companies, we work together from SMB to enterprise, from Business One to S/4HANA. SAP has the most complete set of certified agents for the SAP portfolio, including NetWeaver running on Oracle or MaxDB, Linux or Windows, HANA or ASE, known as Sybase. Moreover, SAP not only supports simple HANA backup via the backend interface, but also functionalities like multi-tenancy, housekeeping, scale up, scale out, HANA Studio integration, disaster recovery, and efficient performance by parallel HANA backend channels for backup and recovery. Third, we focus on our partnership with HPE. Besides the perfect fit with our SAP partnership, this means that we step-by-step integrate deeper into the HPE portfolio. We just released our HPE certified Catalyst integration, including Catalyst Copy and Cloud Bank Storage. More to come soon. As a fourth element, we are proud of our multi-hypervisor support. By supporting more than 8 hypervisors, we are a perfect fit into every virtual environment beyond VMware and Hyper-V, or in every multi-hypervisor infrastructure. Based on our Unix and Linux history, we have a strong focus on open source. This becomes apparent from our partnerships with Red Hat and SUSE, but also from the support matrix, where you can find agents for open source products like KVM, MariaDB, or Postgres. Last but not least, we see the market going cloud. With our Cloud Application Protection Service products, we help you to back up your Office 365, G Suite, Salesforce, or Microsoft Dynamics environment. With Office 365, we back up the full set of features like Exchange, SharePoint, OneDrive, public folders, and Teams. With SEP Sesam, it is possible to run completely in AWS, replicate to a public cloud via S3, or simply use Catalyst Cloud Bank storage and let HPE store once do the replication work. All these topics are covered in separate videos. Therefore, we can proudly state that SEP Sesam is the most powerful backup software. Well, if you are now interested in knowing more about SEP, you can find detailed information about market, sales, product and company on our webpage. Profound technical information can be found in our large wiki online documentation. If there are any questions left, please do not hesitate to contact us via email to sales@sepsoftware.com. So, I'm pretty sure that I'll see you next time when you're back on Tube to boost your SEP knowledge again.